So, but I think we should also have it as a backup, sir. In case the participant is not able to present, then
Hmm,
we should
hmm.
be able to do that, sir.
Yeah, that will be better, sir, Prasanna sir. If you have the copies, no, I think because sometimes because of the bandwidth issue, there may be some. Yeah,
Okay, okay. Then I can
yeah.
present. Okay.
Sir, do you have any idea
Rec-
who is Mithun Raj? I'm getting a request for him to admit. So I don't know who
you
Mithun
can
Raj is.
accept. You can accept.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, sir.
No
Okay, sir.
problem. Accept. Prasanna, sir, somebody has to record and snaps. Anybody student is taking the responsibility.
Um,
Snaps.
Snaps, actually, Niveda said she will do it. Sorry,
Okay.
Nida said she will be doing it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
coming to an recording part, any one of us can.
Okay. Okay. Otherwise, I will on it. Shall I on it? Recording.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
I will do that.
Okay.
Just wait for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, I will start.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Just 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, even I am also recording.
Recording, huh?
So yeah, but we'll have two copies. That will be. I am doing using some other tool, Bandicam.
Okay. Okay, sir.
So
Okay,
we'll
sir.
have
Good.
it. Yeah,
Good,
yeah.
sir. Good, sir. Good, sir. Okay. Raidon, Mithun, good. Ashna, Shreya, Nida. And Nida is MC, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good luck, Nida.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Upendra, sir. हेलो क्या गुड आफ्टरनून सर जॉइन हो रहा क्या हाँ मैं है आ जाओ काम है तो देख लो एक 5 मिनट ओके बस बस सर इट योर विश कौन बोला सर ऐसा आजा 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 राइट 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 ओके सर जॉइन जॉइन हुआ नहीं हमने ऑर्गेनाइजर्स में ओके वी कैन व्हाट इज देयर वी कैन कॉल अच्छा वी कैन कॉल सर आ जाओ आ जाओ आ जाओ राइट Prasanna, somebody will project that poster type, the presentation display.
Yes, sir. One Jacob. Jacob is.
Okay, okay.
I think Jacob is yet to join, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, Jacob is there. Jacob. Jacob K. Daniel.
Yes, sir.
Can you project that poster?
Yes.
Santosh sir, good afternoon. Nidhi sir, good afternoon. Sangeeta ma'am, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Santosh sir, good afternoon.
Sir, good afternoon.
How are you, Santosh sir?
Good afternoon, Upendra sir.
Good afternoon, Upendra sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
Mogni ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to
Good
all.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, teachers.
Yes, good afternoon. Prasanna sir, all event coordinator students are joined.
Yes, yes, sir.
Nida,
All you.
Nida, Rakshit, Kirandeep.
Yes, sir. Mostly, I think everybody joined.
Prasanna, I sent the reminder for MBA students and BBA also. We'll see. 5 more minutes. On top.
Sir, sorry, I missed you.
No,
Rajesh,
some students I reminded. Any students
Okay.
are there, just you kindly ask them to remind other students.
Yeah.
Time already 3.
Kirandeep, can you ask your classmates to join this Google Meet immediately?
Yes, sir. I'll ask them. I've already asked them to, but I'll ask
Okay,
them.
okay.
And similar way, Nida, you can also do with your MBA.
Sir, Gio has already sent the message, so I have just
Yes.
joined.
Yes, ma. I sent it. With the same thing. Yeah, Deepa madam and Jyoti sir, good afternoon. Just now I'm seeing you.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, I think we can start, no? Without,
We
are
can,
we waiting
we
for
can,
somebody?
yes, students only. Shall we start?
Maybe another 2 minutes. Beyond that, we
Okay.
shouldn't.
Okay, madam. We'll start.
We said 3 o'clock.
Yes, yes, yes. Prasanna sir, are you there? Shall we start within 2 minutes? 33 count.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think.
And presenters also there, no?
All presenters are there, I guess.
Okay.
Let me check.
Okay.
Shreya R. Then next is Kirandeep, Nivedita, Royden, Gurumurthy Adilakshmi, Tulasi, Satyapriyan, Nandana, Vyasarayani Meher. I hope all of them are there.
Okay.
Sir, we can start.
Yes, we can start. We can take a lead, Prasanna. We can tell.
Nida?
Yes, sir.
Yes, carry on. Can start.
Okay, sir. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Respected teachers, esteemed chief guest, and my fellow friends, warm welcome to one and all for this college function. Many of you had made a huge effort to join us today. On behalf of all of us, we are deeply appreciative and offer you our most grateful welcome. So let us start with the beautiful quote. So today is the day we began to learn to look through the eyes of others, to find out and experience what the world is like for them. So it is also the day we grow bigger than our difference and offer to everyone regardless of historical rights and wrongs. So I, Nida Sheikh from final year MBA, feel privileged to be here in front of you all and welcoming everyone. I extend a very sincere, warm welcome to all of you present here on the online presentation on entrepreneurs' success story. And also, I want to extend a note of thanks to our chief guest of honor, Dr. Upendra Wagle sir and Professor Santosh NC sir for accepting the function's invitation. So let me just tell you something about this. Entrepreneurship Cell is one under the umbrella of Management Association. I would like to tell everyone that this function is special because, Christ Academy seeks great pleasure in unveiling the first activity of online presentation on the entrepreneur's success story in this cell. At the end of the day, we make memories and celebrate the function with the great enthusiasm like a festival. Also, the participants have gone through a lot of efforts went into participations for this big day. The main aim of this task is like to create inspiration among the students to map the success story of entrepreneurs. So here, as it's discussed and as it is informed earlier, students will be asked to identify one entrepreneur of their choice, and they'll be given mentors, or it will be given by mentors. Students are advised to give a detailed presentation of an entrepreneur on the basis of some parameters. So let everyone appreciate the efforts of all the students who have been participating to showcase their talents. We have been fortunate that there was support from all the sides of the participants and the students who are working for the success of today's event. So kindly remain seated until the end of the function and support our participants. Now I would like to welcome BBA third semester student Miss Johanna to brief about the event. Please take over, Miss Johanna.
Thank you, Nita. A clear vision backed by definite plans gives you a tremendous feeling of confidence and personal power, unquote Brian Tracy. Good afternoon, respected judges and one and all present here. Today, on this major venture for this semester of the Entrepreneurship Cell, we are here to backtrack and draw inspiration from some of the best entrepreneurs the world has ever seen and take a look into what made them climb the ladder of success. Before we begin, participants, please note that the time allotted for each person is 10 minutes and your PowerPoint presentation should be limited to 10 slides. Following are the parameters of the presentation. You will first have to go through your chosen entrepreneur's personal, educational, and professional summary. Then you will be expected to let us know about the turning point in the entrepreneur's life that inspired them to do what they do. Information about the challenges they faced and the opportunities they had must also be intimidated in order to trace their entrepreneurial journey. The business model followed along with what made them stand out, and their innovation must also be presented. Let us also know about their future plans for expansion and the vision they have in mind, along with their leadership style they follow. Last, but definitely not the least, be confident and enjoy as you present your work on some of the big shots in the field. Because as Tony Robbins said, success leaves clues. Study people you admire or want to be like. So use this event not just for its material benefit, but also see it as an opportunity to spark the entrepreneur inside of you. Thank you.
Sorry, my mic was just mute. Okay. Thank you, Miss Johanna. That was crystal clear briefing for the event to start with. Okay, now I would like to welcome BBA third semester student, Mr. Rakshit, to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Upendra Wagle sir. Over to you, Mr. Rakshit.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am pleased and honored to introduce our guest for the day. He has been an inspiration to everyone, not only because he is hardworking and dedicated to his job, but also because he is passionate. Our eminent guest of the day is Dr. Upendra Wagle. He has successfully completed a chartered accountancy course from ICAI in 1996 and ACCA from ACCA UK in the year 2016. He has received a diploma in IFRS from ACCA UK in 2014. He has a double degree and has graduated with MCOM from Annamalai University, India in 2013, with a PhD from Bharatria University in 2010 on international financial reporting standards. He stands as an outstanding personality. He has 8 years of teaching experience and is currently working as a distinguished internal faculty member in Christ Academy Institute for Advanced Studies. He has a 12 years experience in a wide corporate field as a chartered accountant. He has his hands-on experience in managing accounts and projects. With his pioneering work, He has successfully delivered IFRS, Indian GAAP, and ACCA papers. He has excellent awareness on international auditing accounting standards. He has worked as an accounting advisory manager at KPMG Indian Private Limited from 2013 to 2019, as a faculty for MCOM in Sri Bhuvanendra College, Mangalore from 2010 to 2012, as an accounts manager from 2005 to 2009 at the One Total Home Experience, Dubai, as a chartered accountant from 2002 to 2004 at Tomina, trading LLP Barian Chef accountant from 1999 to 2001 at Lobo Textorium, Dubai, as a tax and as the tax consultant from 1997 to 1998 at Yard Prabhu Chartered Accountants, Mumbai. On the other hand, he has set a tremendous benchmark as a resource person too. Resource person on workshop on financial accounting conducted by St. Aloysius Evening College, Mangalore in 2012. Penal of judge on Prodigy, the Manifest of a Mastermind, conducted by St. Sri Bhuvanendra College, Karkal, Mangalore during 2013. Faculty development program conducted on curriculum design and development on June 2012 at Govinda Das College, Mangalore. He has also published several articles which includes a perception on chartered accountants on true and fair views of financial results, applications of fair value concept, a case study with reference to real estate agencies, a study on gap between skills acquired during accounting education and skills needed by accounting professionals, a study on accounting of tangible assets, tangible fixed assets under IFRS, IGAAP, and ICDS and IFRS in India. Theoretical contrast. The presence of such a personality in this event is a blessing. I extend a heartily warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Rakshit. We are pleased to have you here, sir. It was great to listen all your achievements. Okay, now moving on to the next, I would like to welcome BBA third semester student, Mr. Vikas, to introduce our Chief Guest of Honor, Professor Santosh NC, sir. Over to you,
I'm
Mr.
privileged. Yes, thank you. I'm honored to welcome Mr. Santosh NC, UGC NET Commerce Qualified Research Scholar from SJCC Research Center affiliated to Bangalore University and Assistant Professor serving for Christ Academy Institute for Advanced Studies for the past 4 years. He graduated from Bangalore University with MCOM Finance and also bagged a gold medal, securing the highest marks during 2013. He then started his career in Surana College as a lecturer and served for 3 years, and then moved to Kayas in 2016. To his credit, he has various publications and presented various papers at national and international levels conference. He also authored a textbook for the third semester BBA titled Corporate Accounting for Bangalore University, prescribed syllabus in association with Kalyani Publications. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikas.
Welcome, Santosh, sir.
Thank you, Rajesh, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Vikas. Thank you for accepting this function invitation, sir. It's our privilege to have you in this function. Also, you have taught us for 1 semester, so it was great experience for being your student. Okay, all right. Okay, sir. All right, now the show begins. Let's make our evening special with inspiring success stories of great entrepreneurs. For everyone here, let no one to discourage your ambitious attitude. You don't need to be a fan club. You don't need a fan club to achieve your goals. Be your own motivation. So I would like to inform to our participants that our 2 guests would be the judges of the day. So if your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are a leader. I wish you all the very best. Best wishes to you all. Just go for it. So with this beautiful quote, I would like to welcome our first participant, Ms. Shreya R. After this, Ms. Kirandi, please get yourself ready as a next participant. Also, I would request for the participant to please turn on your video while you're presenting it. So let's get started. Over to you, Ms. Shreya. All the best.
Jacob, can you stop the presentation? I will present the PPTs of the participants.
Yes, sir. Sir, I think the presentation has been stopped.
Okay. Prasanna sir, are you presenting?
Yeah, sir. I'm presenting. 1 second. I don't know. It's not.
Okay.
Is it visible?
Ramesh Babu, only the presentation is appearing. Prasanna sir, this is Shreya's presentation, Ramesh Babu.
Yeah, Shreya R. And she is presenting on the entrepreneur name Ramesh Babu.
Okay, right. She can start.
Nida?
Yes, Ms. Shreya, are you able to start now?
Shreya?
Can we have the next presentation? By the time I guess Shreya will be ready.
Just check Nida, who is there. Next, what is the, who is the first?
Kirandeep. I just
Yeah.
announced Kirandeep's name to the next.
Okay.
I hope the presentation is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I'll start.
Yes.
Can you see me, sir?
Yeah, we can.
A very good afternoon to our honorable judges for today, dear teachers and my fellow participants. I've chosen a social entrepreneur for today's presentation. A social entrepreneur is a person who starts a business for greater social good and not just the pursuit of profits. So next slide. The entrepreneur I've chosen is Miss Aditi Gupta, who is the co-founder and managing partner of Menstrupedia. Menstrupedia is a unique initiative that aims to shatter the myths and misunderstandings that have been surrounding menstruation for ages. Next slide. Background of the entrepreneur. Personal background. Aditi was born in a rural district, Garhwa, in the state of Jharkhand. She was born in a middle-class conservative family. Miss Aditi is an engineering graduate and she has studied at the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, as a Ford Foundation Research Scholar. National Institute of Design is a critically acclaimed institution in the field of design education and research.
And Ford Foundation, since 1952, Ford Foundation has been providing financial aids to students who are skilled and talented, but they would otherwise find it difficult or impossible to obtain a college degree. Her professional background is that she's a co-founder and managing partner of Menstrupedia. She's an International Visitor Leadership Program alumni. International Leadership Program is a professional exchange program which is funded by US Department of Educational and Cultural Affairs, and it is for cultural understanding between the US citizens and the citizens of other countries. She's also a World Economic Forum Global Shaper. The Global Shapers community is a group of inspiring young people who are under the age of 30 who work together to address local issues, regional issues, and global issues. It is housed at the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum makes significant contributions, financial as well as in-kind contributions to the Global Shapers community. And Ms. Aditi has also secured a position in the Forbes 30 under 30 list in 2014. That is, everybody in this list is under the age of 30. Next slide. The spark moment. Miss Aditi started Menstrupedia with her now husband Tuhin Paul. In this picture, you can see she's standing with a man. His name is Tuhin Paul, as a thesis project while they were studying at the National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad. So it started as a thesis project. They researched on it for 1 year. Aditi had faced several problems with respect to menstruation because she also belonged to a rural district. So her family was very conservative and she had faced a lot of issues. She didn't know what was happening to her body. So she knew how important it was to educate girls and women on this topic. They realized, both Miss Aditi and Mr. Tuhin realized that there was a flaw in the communication design and that they needed to correct that. They need to explain menstruation. They decided to explain menstruation through a comic medium using characters and stories, after which they got a positive response. Next slide, sir. So next slide. Yes.
I've already changed.
Challenges and opportunities. The first challenge was raising funds and also the extensive research that went into making the comics, because it had to be relatable and it had to be understood by young girls as well. Both Aditi and Tuhin worked in the e-learning industry for 3 years and saved up money for the initial investment, after which they took up Menstrupedia as a full-time job from August 2013. And it was also very tough convincing the investors, because whenever they approached somebody, they were only told that this is a taboo subject in India and it has no market in India. Criticism was also for discussing such a taboo subject. It was an obvious challenge in India. She faced a lot of criticism on social media from her family, people around her, and also from religious leaders. As of now, Menstrupedia comics, they are being used in 18 different countries. They're being translated in over 11 different languages, and they're being used by across 10,000 schools in India, 270 NGOs, 1.7 million girls, and even a few Buddhist monasteries in Ladakh have also integrated them into their curriculum. Menstrupedia has also started several campaigns in partnership with Whisper India, such as Touch the Pickle movement, which was in association with many actresses, and it focused on period taboos and the importance of breaking the silence around this particular subject. The business model, the way they conduct their business by using the efficient, effective tools like educating them using storytelling, using art, blog writing. On their website, they have a Q&A section, a learn section. There were many instances where single fathers who didn't know how to deal with this phase of their daughters' lives, they used to post questions on the website, and the Menstrupedia team used to answer them. They receive emails every day. And there are many health related conditions which also affect what a woman goes through, what young girls go through during this time of the month, and they made sure that they spread awareness regarding that as well, regarding the functioning of the thyroid glands, migraines, and various other things related to the reproductive system. organizing contests. So during this pandemic, they also organize contests like writing contests like periods in pandemic to spread awareness on how menstrual hygiene has been completely neglected during this time, because the focus has completely shifted from there. Since there's poverty, since there's loss of jobs, people are not focusing on spending money on menstrual hygiene, and that is taking a toll on many women's health, especially in the rural areas. Conducting workshops urging women to go green by opting to use by not using sanitary napkins, since they are not degradable, since they take approximately 800 years to degrade. So they are urging the others to go green by opting to use menstrual cups. They organize a master class which is taken by Aditi Gupta herself, and this is to urge all the young people out there to become educators, to become change makers, and to join in this journey for a noble cause. Next slide, sir. So this is to the extreme left. You can see an example of a comic that they have made. This is the Menstrupedia logo, and these are all parts of their comics which they have used in the comics to be able to spread awareness. Young girls read them and they understand what it is. They understand what is happening to their body in rural areas, everywhere, in schools. In many schools, it has been integrated into the curriculum itself. It is a part of their curriculum. Next slide, sir. This is also an example of the comic, a page from the comic. Next slide, sir. Expansion strategy. So the future vision. Miss Aditi and Mr. Tuhan Paul, they both aim to open an online store for selling menstrual products. Next, they are working towards the legalization. They are spearheading the movement for legalizing the menstrual leave policy. They also want to expand the reach to other countries. As of now, it's just 18 countries, but they want to expand it to many more countries. And they also want to develop an app, especially for the use of rural women, especially for their well-being and for their awareness. Next slide, sir. The leadership style. So, Menstrupedia team, the core team, this consists of 6 members. There are 3 co-founders. There's a business advisor, a medical advisor, and a story editor. They have an open work culture where you can take up any task and you have the freedom to do it in your own way. And they believe that that by staying in your comfort zone, nothing can be achieved. You need to step out of your comfort zone to achieve something. They have a flat hierarchy. All these 6 members in the core team are equal to one another. It's not. It's a flat hierarchy. It's a close-knit team which actively collaborates with each other, learns together, and they believe it has been written on their website that they support the growth of their team members, and even if the team members get an opportunity elsewhere, they would support their growth and they would even help them out with referrals and recommendations. So this was about Menstrupedia and Miss Aditi Gupta, the entrepreneur I chose for today. And I chose this topic because I think she's doing a great job with respect to the social cause that she's supporting, which is a completely taboo subject in our country. And many girls, especially in the rural areas, need to know what it is and how it affects their body. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kirandeep. Wonderful presentation. So it just says you great things never come from comfort zone. So it was an amazing performance as well. Thank you, Ms. Kirandeep. Let's move on to the next performance.
One second, Nida, 1 second. Any questions from the judges, sir?
Upendra sir, you have any questions to ask?
Kiran, can you tell us one piece of advice for your colleagues, students, because of the story?
So sorry, I can't hear you. Your voice is breaking, sir.
I'm audible now?
Yeah.
A piece of advice for your colleagues because of the story, from the story.
A piece of advice, sir, for my colleagues would be that after I read about Menstrupedia, I realized that when we talk about an entrepreneur, it doesn't always have to be somebody who's had a really great idea and wants to earn a lot of profit from it. It can also be a very personal story of yours, just like this is Aditi Gupta's story, Miss Aditi Gupta's story, who's made it so big, who's made it to the Forbes list, who's known, who is expanding her reach to 18 different countries and being able to talk and being able to work on such a taboo subject in our country, even in the rural areas, even in Buddhist monasteries, is a very big achievement. And I think all of us should aim at doing something for our society as well. And we should also aim at being a social entrepreneur, not just an entrepreneur for the pursuit of profits.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Kiran,
Yes, sir.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So it was a wonderful presentation with all the comics what you had used as a part of your slides. Kiran, I have just one question. What is your role if you are a part of this particular organization? If given a chance to be a part of this organization with Aditi Gupta, what would be your role? Will you be ready to take up this?
Good question.
Yes, sir. I will be ready. So, and I have seen personally, I've seen with my cousins, and we during menstruation, we are not allowed to even get into the kitchens of our houses, or we're supposed to wash our clothes on our own. We are treated as untouchables. In fact, it's all over India, so majority of the girls are treated as untouchables during this time of the month, and I think that has to change, sir. And I think it's only us women who can come together and make this change. I think the change starts from here. Giving a presentation on such a topic, I choose this because although I cannot do anything much, although maybe right now this is all I can do, is that I can support it. I can let other people know about it, that there is something like this out there and that we all need to support it. But I definitely, if given a chance, I would be a part of this organization.
And Kiran, do you think only women have to fight for this? Don't you think men also should be a part of this, where they should support for this cause?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The volunteers who join this organization are also men. The change makers and the educators who are motivated, who take part in this, they are also men. And even a part of from six of the four-member team, six of them, at least four of them, I guess, are men. And it's two of the co-founders are men. The business advisor, the medical advisor, both of them are men. They're just two women in a group of six people who are running this foundation, running this organization. And so, yes, I believe that men should also be a part of it.
Thank you, Kiran.
Thank you so much.
Any questions from audience? Anybody?
So I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Kiran, as rightly mentioned by Upendra sir as well as Santosh sir, it is a wonderful presentation. Okay, I was just looking at your business model. The business model sounds more of what kind of a promotion strategy this company is adopting. So you are mentioned about the promotion strategy. What exactly this Menstrupedia does?
So what kind of promotions they do?
No. Your business model, in your slide, PPT, business model, it will sound more like promotion strategy adopted by Menstrupedia, by storytelling, conducting a contest and other things. It's all promotion strategy.
Yes, sir.
But otherwise, what exactly Menstrupedia does? What business are they doing?
So this is their business. The name of the organization itself is Menstrupedia Comic. It's commonly known as Menstrupedia, but it's Menstrupedia Comic. So you can call them, I guess, a group of authors. They make comics and they and they get them integrated into schools, into the curriculums of schools. That is what they do, because through schools they can create awareness about this topic, and not just comics on social media, and they partner with Whisper India and other such companies, and they get into campaigns like Touch the Pickle movement. This is what they do, which is why I thought it is very different, because they are selling comics for a living, and comics which spread awareness, comics which are making a change, comics which are getting integrated into the curriculum of schools and making a change day by day, sir.
Okay, you mean to say they are an NGO?
Yes.
Sir?
They are
NGOs?
NGO creating awareness about menstrual cycle?
Yes.
Yes, they are NGO.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so actually, just
sorry.
a piece. You put it here?
I
Okay,
can't
I said NGO. Okay, fine. Actually, just a piece of advice. Just adding on to what you're talking. Surf Excel, when
Yes.
every other washing powder company were struggling to position themselves, Surf Excel was the first company to say that dag acha, dirt is good. So from a negative thing, they converted into positive. So similar way, actually, this is a very taboo subject. I think Menstrupedia really has done a wonderful job. And thank you so much for presenting this. We learned a lot of things from this particular entrepreneur. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiran.
Thank you, sir.
Good. Yeah, Nida, you can.
Okay, sir. So yes, thank you, Ms. Kirandeep. Now let's move on to the next performance. Now I call upon Ms. Nivedita Daniel for the presentation. So after this, Mr. Royden Lester, please get yourself ready as the next participant. Over to you, Ms. Nivedita. All the best.
Thank you, Ms. Nida. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nivedita Daniel. I'm from third semester BBA B section. And today, before starting, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for giving me an opportunity to speak in front of you. My topic is entrepreneur profiling. So before I start, I would like to break down the words and tell what you mean by entrepreneur and what is meant by entrepreneurship. Next slide, sir. An entrepreneur is an individual who creates a new business, bearing all the risks while enjoying most of the rewards. So an entrepreneur is a person who has an idea, who has a dream of starting a new business. He takes on the initiative of starting that business while taking into consideration that with a new business comes a lot of risks, a lot of problems, a lot of setbacks, and a lot of loss and liabilities. But he is willing to look over those, he is willing to deal with that, and at the same time enjoy the profits and the benefits that one gets while owning a business. This entrepreneur is seen as a pioneer. This entrepreneur is seen as a pioneer. He is seen as an innovator. He is seen as a source of new ideas, new information, knowledge, goods, services, and even products. Entrepreneurship is the setting up of a business or the launching of a business in which this business it's an activity as well as it's a process. It's a process of setting up a business. Now, this business initially is a small business, but it has the ability to grow, develop, expand, and to launch itself into different branches, given that the entrepreneur is willing to take the risks and enjoy the profits at the same time. Before I start talking about my entrepreneur, I would like to tell a few things about her. My entrepreneur, the reason I've chosen this entrepreneur is because she is a lady. I feel women entrepreneurs are not as much appreciated and given the right attention that they deserve as male entrepreneurs are given. My entrepreneur is also a very young entrepreneur. She is just 23 years old, being only 4 years older to me. And she has done so much in her career that it really inspires me and in a way motivates me. These are a few pictures of my entrepreneur. Her name is Kylie Jenner. A picture of her with her mother and with her daughter. Next slide, sir. Now I will give you a brief background information about my entrepreneur, Kylie Jenner. Kylie Kristen Jenner is a media personality, a socialite, a model, and of late, a businesswoman. She was born on 10th August 1997 in California in the United States, and she has been living there ever since. She is the fifth daughter of entertainment manager and businesswoman Kris Jenner. She rose to fame as a child when she first starred in a reality TV show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. She is also a mother of a 2-year-old daughter called Stormy Weber. Now, talking about her educational qualifications, Kylie Jenner attended Sierra Canyon School in California. As a school student, she was a very active participant in cheerleading. She was a member of the cheerleading team, as well as she was a member of the track and field team. She also took part in many plays, those plays being theater plays, school plays, as well as community plays. So she was an active participant in school. She liked to do different activities and engage in all extracurricular activities. In 2012, she quit public school and enrolled in a homeschooling program from which she graduated with a high school diploma from Laurel Springs School in California. Talking about her professional qualifications, there are a lot of her professional qualifications. She is the owner and founder of Kylie Cosmetics. And in the year 2015, along with her sister Kendall Jenner, they together launched a clothing line which is called Kendall plus Kylie. Now, this clothing line has a range of apparel starting from casual wear, formal wear, swimwear, nightwear, etc., to name a few. She also has her own personalized website and her app, which is called Kylie. Next slide, sir. The Spark Movement. So in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians in the year 2015, Kylie Jenner admitted to undergoing a surgery of lip augmentation. Now, lip augmentation is a surgery in which, with the help of lip enhancers and lip fillers, you can increase the size of your lips. She then went on to tell how having thin lips was one of her biggest insecurities. In school, she was bullied for having thin lips, and in public, she was humiliated and insulted a lot. All of this negativity around her at a very young age of 13, 14, 15 really brought her down and, put her into a very bad stage of her life. And she felt really down and low. So what she did was she wanted to feel confident in her own skin. She wanted to feel empowered as a woman, and more importantly, as an individual. So what she did was all this determination, all the negativity around her finally led her to get a lip augmentation surgery done in the year 2015. Kylie Jenner went on to state that her biggest insecurity was also the reason for her biggest success. So she changed her insecurity into her greatest strength. Next slide, sir. Entrepreneurial toddler journey. Kylie Jenner is the founder, owner, and president of Kylie Cosmetics. Kylie Cosmetics is a company which was launched 6 years ago in 2014 by Kylie Jenner and her mother, Kris Jenner. This company is a makeup company. It's a cosmetics company which sells different types of cosmetic products, which include lipsticks, highlighter, makeup products, nail care, skin care products, etc. I know many of the men are getting a little distracted because this doesn't apply to them, but I'm sure many of you girls have heard about this, about her brand, about her company, and have probably even used some of her products. So at the age of 18, she started this company, which was on November 30th, 2015, along with her mother. In collaboration with Seed Beauty, she started this company. Now, Seed Beauty is an American multinational company. Seed Beauty, what they do is they own different, it's a conglomerate. Seed Beauty is a conglomerate, and they own different brands under them. And they help young business people, young people with dreams and with ventures and aspirations to start their own business, to launch them. So they provide them with a range of venture capital, they provide them with incubation capital, and they also provide them with product development, manufacturing, and distribution of their products. So in collaboration with Seed Beauty, Kylie Jenner produced 15,000 lip kits in the year 2015. Now you must be thinking, where did she get the money for producing 15,000 lip kits? Now that money came from Kylie Jenner's own pockets. She was just 18 years old and she got that money on her own. That money, before 2015, Kylie Jenner did a lot of modeling shoots, went into a lot of modeling, and the money that she earned from that, she saved that money, and with that money, she produced 15,000 lip kits as her first business activity. Let's fast forward to the next year, 2016. In 2016, the company was renamed to Kylie Cosmetics. From Kylie Lip Kits, it was renamed to Kylie Cosmetics. Instead of 15,000 lip kits, they were producing 500,000 lip kits. In India, that is 5 lakh lip kits. Then At the end of 2016, the total company's revenue was $300 million. So just see how she started with 15,000 lip kits, and in the span of 1 year, she came to 500,000 lip kits, which is 5 lakh lipsticks. And by the end of the year, the company's total revenue was more than 300 million US dollars. Next slide, sir. The business model. The business model that Kylie Jenner used is also known as the Kylie Jenner content marketing strategy. Now, the content marketing strategy that she used has 5 points. They are very easy points and something that every entrepreneur should keep in mind while they are deciding or thinking of starting their own business, going on a business venture. So the first point is create a brand you actually care about. Now, just imagine doing a job which you don't like. It's very monotonous. You feel like you're stuck in a rut. You see no scope of growth, no scope of expansion. Does that job seem exciting at all? To me, it sounds very boring. I would like to do something that, I am passionate about, that I actually like, that, I wake up in the morning and I feel like, yes, I want to do that job. That's exactly what Kylie Jenner did. She used her personal experience, she used her insecurity, she used her passion to drive that point to that she wanted to do something which she cared about. Every girl cares about makeup. Every girl wants to look more beautiful, wants to enhance their beauty, wants to feel confident in what they do. So Kylie Jenner created a product, she created a brand in which she felt she was more confident, she cared about it, she was passionate about it, and she wanted to do it, and she thought of an idea. So that was her first step, that she created a brand she actually cared about. Her second step was predict your expenses. Now, before taking any decision, the first thing to do is sit down and chalk out your plan, chalk out all the details, and count your cost. Be it a small decision as going on a road trip or a major decision as starting your own company, you have to plan your costs. You have to mix the logistic costs with the financial costs, merge them together, and you have to plan that. You can't do that alone. You need experts. So you have to sit and predict your costs. That's exactly what Kylie Jenner did. She sat with her mother, who is her manager. She sat with different experts from different departments. She sat with them, counted her costs, gave her own money, invested her own money put her heart, soul, everything, including her own money into this company. And that's how she started it. The third step is pin down your audience. Now, to sell your product, you need a market, you need an audience, you need someone to sell your market to, you need a network. Kylie Jenner's marketing strategy is of a digital nature. She used social media and only social media to promote, propagate, sell everything to do with her brand. She used social media for it. In social media, she used the social networking app called Instagram. Now, in Instagram, Kylie Jenner has about more than 150 million followers from all over the world. So she pinned down her audience. She knew her target audience were young children, were teens, teenage girls, and young women who wanted to use makeup products, who wanted to feel confident about themselves. So she got that target audience, she pinned them down, and to them, she sold her idea, she propagated and promoted her idea to them. Next, what she did was she engaged with her audience. Engaging with your audience is something a democratic leader does. You sit with your audience, you or your employees, and you ask them their feedback, their suggestion, their tips, their opinions, their likes and dislikes. This is what Kylie Jenner did. In every post, in every video that she used to post, she used to ask all her followers to give suggestions about what they would like to see. Would you like me to develop and produce lipsticks or different makeup products? Let me know. So she engaged with her audience and she was able to get a lot of feedback, and based on that, she went to the fifth and final step, which is go for it. Once you have these 4 steps down to the very tip and you're ready with it, you will be ready because you have a brand you care about, you have your expenses all jotted down, you have an audience and you know your audience, you're engaged with them, so you are ready to go for it. This is the business model and the marketing strategy that Kylie Jenner used to promote her brand, Kylie Cosmetics. Next. The expansion strategy that Kylie Jenner used, the expansion strategy of Kylie Cosmetics. I will talk about the expansion strategy first, the business plans. So the business plans, as of 2019, Kylie Jenner has sold about 51% of Kylie Cosmetics to a company called Coty at a whopping 600 million US dollars. Now, Coty is an American multinational company that owns about 77 different brands all over the world. Now, Coty is a big brand that owns it's a big company that owns separate other brands and helps them produce their products, market their products, manufacture their products, distribute their products, and just creates an image, a public image, a global image of the company. The reason of the sale and the Coty-Kylie partnership was, as stated by Kylie Jenner, was because she wanted her company, her brand to become a global powerhouse brand. So that's why she partnered with Coty, and now they are going to sell her product globally on a large scale. The vision of Kylie Jenner, her future vision, is something that she is not leaving her company. She is not letting go of it. What she wants to do is she wants to work at a more background pace. She wants to create, she wants to work on the creative side of the company, with communication, with initiatives, with creative initiatives. So she wants to design the brand. She wants to create new products while working with Coty, partnering with Coty to produce her products and to sell her products and market her products. Next, sir. Leadership style. So Kylie Jenner has been known to of two types of leadership. She is a democratic leader as well as a transformational leader. Now, as stated before, a democratic leader is one who invites participation from their audience. A democratic leader actually sits with their employees and asks them, okay, tell your feedback, tell me your suggestions, give me your opinions. And based on that, a democratic leader takes decisions. So they involve the people, they ask the people to invite the people to participate in the decision-making process. A transformational leader is also one who encourages the people. A transformation leader is the one who encourages its employees, motivates their employees, is actually rooting for the employees. They want their employee to develop. They want their employees to move ahead in life, to move forward in life. And a transformation leader also sets out a rule, like basic rules, like ethical rules, moral values, and they expect that all the employees working under them should follow those rules, and there should be like a balance between both of them, like both of them are on the same level, working with unison, working with using ethical practices and ethical values. Kylie Jenner has been known to be both democratic as well as a transformational leader. She sits with her employees, asks their feedback, asks their opinions, works together with them. They work as a unit, as a closely knit unit. They work together in designing products for the customers, coming up with new ideas, new projects, etc. Next, sir. At the age of 21, Kylie Jenner was named by Forbes magazine, she was named as the youngest ever self-made billionaire. She replaced Mark Zuckerberg, who bagged that title at the age of 23. Kylie Jenner did all of this all by herself at the age of 21. She did it with her own money. She put her heart and soul into it, and she finally got the title that she deserved. She also came in the list of 60 influential women, powerful women in the very same year. And she was on number 1. She was also the top billionaire of that year. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, questions from the judges.
Upendra sir.
Yeah, Nivedita, can you mention one or two competitors for this?
I'm sorry, sir, your voice is breaking.
My voice is breaking. Any competitor for this, guys? This
Yes,
business?
so Kylie Cosmetics, yes, sir. It's in the US itself. In California, people come there with big dreams and aspirations to start their own business. So there are a lot of competitors in the US itself. There's James Charles, he owns his own beauty line. There's Jaslyn Hill with Morphe brushes. She owns her own beauty line. In Dubai, there is another girl. She's called Huda Beauty. She owns her own beauty line. So these are the few competitors who are also on the verge of success. They've climbed the ladder of success, and together they are competing for the big title. But so far Kylie Jenner has been the only one who has actually been named in the Forbes list as the youngest billionaire ever.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Santosh sir.
Nivedita.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, since you told that she's an American self-made woman,
Yes, sir.
any idea about the net worth of her?
Her current net worth is somewhere around $700 million. Since she sold 51% of a company to the Coty, another company called Coty, she obviously lost quite a lot of money in that. I mean, she gained a lot of money from that, but at the same time, she doesn't own the entire ownership of Kylie Cosmetics. So her net worth is down to $700 million as of recently this year.
Thank you, Nivedita. It was a good presentation.
Thank you.
I have a
Yeah, question from audience.
Okay, Nivedita, there are two things I just want clarity on. One is that there is a controversy about her being a billionaire because the Forbes list, after they came out with that, there was a controversy that she had lied about her money. So there
Yes.
was a controversy. And the second thing I want to know is that, again, recently on October 31st, the family, Kylie, Kendall, Kim, and all of them, that entire Kardashian family were criticized for celebrating Halloween amid the coronavirus pandemic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So can you address those two things?
Yeah, ma'am, I'd like to address it. So, of recently, Forbes magazine came out and they found out that she's actually not a billionaire. They thought that she has forged some of her documents to make her look as to, come appear as a billionaire. But later on, Kylie Jenner actually addressed those allegations. She said that we didn't do any fraud. I actually read quite a lot of articles and watched some of her interviews in which she said that we didn't forge anything. We everything that we did was real. We showed it actual, like on live. It was something of a mistake from Forbes magazine. It is something a mistake on their part. And as for the Halloween party that everyone was out and enjoying, in the US, it's now it's like US has been open for a very long time amidst the pandemic as well, being a country with a lot of cases. So that was also a controversy that they received backlash for, but they haven't addressed the issue as of now. It is in Los Angeles, more than 3 households cannot gather together, and since they all stay in the same community in the Hidden Valley in Los Angeles, California, so they consider themselves as like one family only. So I think that's why all of them went out on a trip and celebrated the festival.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prasanna sir. Okay.
Sir, nothing specific from my side.
Okay. Yeah, Nida, you can. Timing you can tell Prasanna sir. Yes, 15 minutes.
Sure, sure.
All right. So that was fabulous. So success doesn't just find you. You have to go out and get it. So that was completely picturized by you. Thank you, Miss Nivedita. It was an amazing performance. There is one famous quote which tells that you will have two choices every morning. You continue to sleep with your dreams or just wake up to chase them. That's what the entrepreneurs does. So they are not never gonna give it up. All right, thanks again, Miss Nivedita. I hope that audience is equally excited to know more about success stories. Well, with this, let's begin with our next participant, Mr. Royden. After this, Mr. Gurumurthy Vidyalakshmi, please get yourself ready for the next participant. Over to you, Mr. Royden. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Royden from 3rd Sem BBAB. I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship success story. There are many entrepreneurs who are successful in their journey, but a few who makes little effort to be inspiration to others. Saikin Yalkan is one of them. Next slide, sir. Next slide, sir. Saikin Yalkan was born in 1985 in Germany. His parents were Turkish who's migrating workers in Germany. And Saikin Yalkan's early education was in Germany. And growing up, he was a very skillful football player as well. And he played for many clubs in Germany. Next, local clubs. Next. And as I said, he was playing football very well. Even now, in his busy schedule, he has collected many footballers' shoe or the footballs which were used for the tournaments, and many football-related things as a memory. Saikin Yalkan's previous slide, sir. Saikin Yalkan's I would start up with his failures because failures are the stepping stone for success. Saigon Yalkan wanted to be aesthetic plastic surgeon because he was promised that it would give him a lot of money and glamour. He researched about it and spoke to many experts, but they were demotivating him. And as he's a determined kid, he ignored them and he became unpaid nurse. He took up an unpaid nurse job where he was not successful. He failed miserably there. But during that time, a nurse uh, said him that he might be a worse doctor, but he is much better in business. This changed his life because after this he took up that seriously and started studying business. Next slide, sir. Saigon Yalkan's most of his education was done in Germany. He also studied in United States and Mexico. He holded a master degree in business administration from Uto School of Management in Germany. Next slide, sir. As he finished his education, even if he had the spirit of an entrepreneur, he immediately didn't go to start his business. He first uh, worked in companies like BMW and L'Oreal. Working in this international organization, he learned many things about business, and then he started. He thought that it's time for him to start his own business, and he started his own first business in Germany, which was not really successful. He found failure the second time. But he thought that it's time to leave Germany, and he came to UAE, Dubai. Next slide, sir. Moving to Dubai with just a backpack, he was with full of confidence that he would be a good businessman, even though if he doesn't have anything right then. But at first, he started online shopping company called Sukara.com, Sukra.com, which was his first online website, which is used for online shopping, and it was successful, and he sold it to Shuk.com, the largest e-commerce company in Arab world and a part of Amazon. After that, Saigon started one more company called SellAnyCar.com, which made him know to the world. As of 2016, the company had already become the largest marketplace for used cars in UAE. Next slide. SellAnyCar.com. Saigon once wanted to sell his used car online, and he realized that the process was broken. He found an opportunity to solve the major problem in the used car industry. He wanted to fix the problem by his own, so he came up with this company called sellanycar.com. He knew more about this industry, and he put everything necessary to nurture, and um, it became a successful company. As you know, in Dubai, you can see supercars like Ferrari, Lamborghini, or luxurious cars like Rolls Royce every second in the streets. The You can't buy those cars from example. You can't buy a Rolls Royce uh, as easy as you buy Maruti car, because when you buy Rolls Royce, they check your background, and your where from where do you get the money, and everything. So it's a long process. So in Dubai, they mostly um, uh, buy the used cars. So this was also favoring Saigon. Next slide, sir. Aside of sellanycar.com, Saigon is also a businessman who teach students. He go to universities and like Canadian University of Dubai and many more to teach students and other entrepreneurs about his business, and to give them to let them know more thoughts and um, creative ideas. And he also has a YouTube channel which has more than 1.3 million subscribers. He also teaches business ideas over there, and he gives uh, opportunities for startups. Like he has a show in his YouTube channel called Startup Heroes, where he takes the ideas from the startups, and he helps them in their business. And I've been following him in his YouTube or in his social medias, and I have learned a lot of things about him. I think that Saigon is reached a level of the highest level of needs, which is self-actualization, because and I've seen him for a lot of years, like 1 year now, and I know that uh, now he has realized that he should not live a luxurious life just to show. So he has started living a simple life. Um, he has sold his luxurious things like Bugatti car, which he had, which cost like 15 crores. Uh, he has sold it, and not because he is able to afford it, because uh, he wanted to live a simple life, and he now he's living a simple life, even though he's investing in his business, and his business is going on well. But still, when we see him as an individual, even though he's an inspirational individual, and even he has started an hashtag called no days off, which uh, in which he's doing his workouts regularly, which shows his consistentness, um, and many of them are inspired, including me. Uh, Even I follow no days off. And Next slide, sir. Yeah, by this I can that Saigon is more than a successful businessman and a social media influencer. He is an inspiring to all of us. as we can see from his life from the beginning. He has learned a lot. We can learn a lot of things from him, like he has uh, uh, failed several times in his life, but still he had the hope. And even if he had nothing, just a backpack when he came to Dubai, but still his confidence took him to the level where he is now. Thank you.
Yeah, questions from the judges, please.
Santosh sir,
Royden.
please go ahead.
Yeah. Royden, just have a question. Like in your life, you were stuck in a particular decision, like how he was stuck, where he wanted to become a doctor, then he realized that he wanted to be an entrepreneur. Was there a situation in your life where you had changed your mind to become something else?
Yes, sir. I had thought that I would take up BHM and become a chef, and but then I realized that my skills are good at business, and I have a lot of. I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. I have a lot of ideas, and I have seen his YouTube channel. He has inspired by his uh, messages and speech, and yeah, yes, sir. I've changed my.
So what is the, name me two qualities which you have imbibed looking at him.
Yes, sir. I can tell you many qualities, like when he was unsuccessful in his life, when he took a wrong decision, he still listened to a nurse, and he thought, he took the whatever suggestion he got. So even I am inspired by him. I take every suggestion that I get from others, even if it is negative, that I will think of later. I will take the suggestion and I'll implement it in my life. And one more thing is the confidence. Um, the confidence that he had. I am a introvert, sir. I would never come out and speak like this. Uh, uh, and now, if I am coming out and speaking like this, I have learned from a lot of people, and he's one of them. And one more thing I would like to add, as I said, he has started a no days off challenge, which is like a workout challenge, where every day you work out, even it is a even if it's a small workout like 15 minutes or half an hour. uh, even that has inspired me. I have also started it, and I am working out every day.
That's very good. Thank you, Royden.
Royden, small observation. You could actually come out with a very good presentation. Okay, and my only suggestion is be bold. Okay, you're presenting good stuff, so be bold, and definitely you will be able to attract more audience. Okay, but definitely good stuff, and the content was really very good. Only thing actually, your voice modulation and the way you presented, I think the presentation aspect you need to look upon. Probably I think you're nervous.
Yes, sir, a little bit nervous because I have not done this like a lot of times.
Okay, not a problem. After seeing a lot of platforms, definitely you'll be able to. Okay, good. So what is the kind of a leadership style did you observe?
As leadership, He has taken everyone's ideas, like even the startups ideas. He, as I said, he has startup heroes platform where startups can also give him ideas. So as a leader, he takes everyone as a together, and he takes everybody's ideas and he implement it. So that is one quality which I.
Okay, so that leadership style is known as democratic leadership or participative leadership.
Yes.
Right. Thanks, Roy. Good.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions from audience? Okay, great. I guess our participants are giving the real complicated situations to our judges for grading. Thank you, Mr. Royden. Very inspiring performance. That was wonderful. Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, Nidha, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. Yes, allow me to just tell 2 sentences on something more important than success. So there is no doubt that success is very important part of life, but happiness is priceless emotion. In fact, it is believed that people who are happy achieve much more than those who keep a serious, sober demeanor. So with this happiness and zeal, let us continue the event and make it the successful one. I now call upon our next participant, Ms. Gurumurthy Vidyalakshmi, for the presentation. Also, I request Ms. Tulsi to to please get yourself ready for as a next participant. So over to you, Ms. Gurumurthy Vidyalakshmi. All the best.
Thank you. And good afternoon, everyone. My name is J. Vidyalakshmi, and I'm from BBA first semester. So next slide,
Can you on
please.
your video, Guru?
Yes, sir. I've on it. It
On
takes time
video.
to enable.
Okay.
So the entrepreneur which I've selected for this presentation is about Mr. Baluganpati, CEO of Meditix Solutions Private Limited. So before speaking about the CEO, let us look at what is the company is about. Meditix Solutions Private Limited is a technical consultancy company providing support to QMS solutions, regulatory advisory and guidance, risk management support, assist in clinical trials, evaluation support to provide various manufacturers in the healthcare industry to ensure that their process, products, systems, services meets the national and international regulations and medical standards. They also support for certifications for active and non-active medical devices. Next slide, please, sir. So now let us look at the CEO. Mr. Balu Ganapati, CEO of Meditix Solutions Private Limited, has an experience of 24 plus years in the field of medical industry, active and non-active medical devices. So here the question arises. So what is meant by active and non-active medical devices? Active medical devices requires electrical support, just like defibrillator, ECG monitors, and etc. Whereas non-active medical devices doesn't require any such electrical support, such as surgical gloves, surgical masks, surgical gowns, and etc. He is an expert in all regulatory requirements for medical devices and headed regulatory department in the previous organization to acquire US FDA, CE, and ISO 13585. So he is a former employee in the companies TTK, Opto Circuits India Limited, and Scandry Dental. He started Meditix Solutions Private Limited on 6th August 2018 to provide full regulatory support, including safety compliance for active medical devices and full certification support for non-active medical devices. Next slide, please, sir. So as you see here, he is Mr. Balu Ganapati, CEO of Meditix Solutions Private Limited, Bangalore. Next slide, please, sir. So now let us look at the services provided by the company, QMS. It means Quality Management System. They provide advice in quality management system implementation according to ISO 13485, 2016, 21 CFR 820, and MITSAP requirements. He has a team with a decades of experience who supports internal and external audits. They can develop entire QMS system and can train to meet all the requirements. Next slide, sir. Thank you. Training. It provides a wide scope of training on ISO, ISC standards, MEDEV guidelines, MedSAP 21 CFR 820. Offers a wide range of medical device training courses. Courses can also be customized according to the requirements. These courses comprises of both theoretical and practical knowledge. Next slide, please, sir. Compliance services include, it supports designers, developers, and manufacturers in product testing and problem solving. The compliance services include end-to-end test life cycle offering, which involves people, process, and tools. It provides test design, execution, and documentation by employing a proven quality program. Next slide, please, sir. Risk management. It provides support throughout the entire product development cycle in order to navigate the complexities of building a risk management file, which includes risk analysis, hazard analysis, production or post-production device monitoring, and more. Next slide, sir. Regulatory. It assists for the approval from the global markets such as Europe, Canada, Singapore, Australia, Brazil, Colombia, India, Japan, Mexico, South Korea, and approvals from other global markets. Next slide, sir. Thank you. In this particular presentation, I would like to pitch up a few points. In this competitive world, it is very difficult for us to start a company and achieve a great heights. But still we can. It is possible if we strive hard for that success. With this note, I'm ending my presentation. Thank you all for your attention.
Guru Murthy.
Yes, sir.
So do you know what is CSR?
Sorry, sir, not. I don't know, sir, exactly.
Okay. No worries. A good presentation.
Thank you, sir. And sorry, sir, I think there is a glitch with my video. That's what it is not enabling.
Okay, okay.
Adilakshmi,
Yes, sir.
can you tell us the reason why you chose this person as your successful entrepreneur? Because in your entire presentation, we only saw about the organization. It was very less information about the person, who was behind this organization.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So,
I would like to.
yeah.
It is a very recent company which emerged on the year 2016.
Okay.
So, which made me inspired to take this is his simplicity. As a CEO, and his leadership qualities. So I once visited that company and I really found that he never sits alone saying that I'm a CEO, so I need to be alone. No, he always works with his employees. So this reason made me to choose him.
So you know him personally?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Actually, my father is a senior consultant in that company.
Okay.
So I've gathered these with his permission.
Thank you, ma.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Adi Lakshmi, it is a good presentation.
Yes, sir.
My question is that entrepreneur, what made him to start his own organization? You said this is a recently founded company. So
Yes, sir.
what made him to start the company and what way he is creating a difference through this organization?
So frankly speaking, I don't have much information from about him, sir, because when I asked, they're not ready to give every information, sir.
Fine, Adilakshmi. Thank you. Nida, over to you.
Okay, sir. So thank you, Ms. Vijayalakshmi. That was truly awesome. No doubt the story was full of motivation and that can make this evening most special one. So dear friends, in this amazing journey of your life, never lose your kindness. One kind word can change someone's day. So kindness improves our quality of life in the workplace as well as in the community. It brings people together. Doing good for others feels good. Showing kindness to others is just as rewarding as receiving it from someone else. All right. Once again, thank you, Ms. Vijayalakshmi. Now let's move on to our next participant, Ms. Tulsi. After this, I request Ms. Satyapriyan, if they are in the meeting, Ms. Satyapriyan, to please get yourself ready as the next participant. I guess I didn't see them in the meeting actually. So if they are not there, then we will move the next participant as Ms. Nandana. So yes, over to you, Ms. Tulsi. All the best.
Tulsi, are you there?
She was there in meeting, sir.
Yes, I can see. I can see.
Yeah, Tulsi is there, sir.
Then I can go for the next, Nida. If you.
Okay, I guess we can again schedule Tulsi's performance to the next. So if Satya Priyan is there, we can take up. Otherwise, we'll move forward. Yes.
Tulsi.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I have so much of network issue.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Okay, Tulsi, you can take over. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. Did sir present the screen?
Yes, present.
I couldn't see anything.
We can see all of we can see. You're not able to see?
No, sir.
Miss Tulsi, if you have any serious network issue, we can schedule it to the last. You can make your network comfortable until then.
Okay.
So, Prasanna sir, can we have Nivedita's presentation? Nivedita or Nandana. Just let me check, sir. Miss Nandana's presentation. Can we have next now?
Shall I start?
Okay, Miss Nandana, you can start. All the best.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening to one and all gathered here. My name is Nandana BB, and I'm from first semester BBA. So I guess you all are doing well. Yeah. So being a commerce student, I was always curious to know about the story behind the success of a business enterprise. So I have went through many stories right from when I was in 11th, including Byju's app and all that. The story which struck me the most was of Mr. Matthew Joseph, the COD of Fresh to Home. Can I have the next slide, please? Yeah. So he is Mr. Matthew Joseph. He was a regular operative director in a seafood exporting company until he aimed bigger. He wanted to start his own enterprise and because he was interested in fish, his interest was in fish. So he started his own enterprise, online enterprise, which exported fish to other countries, including the Middle East countries. So he's a very simple and humble man, and he was very determined, and he had a great vision ahead of him. So many of you must have heard of the name Fresh to Home. So he is the COD and co-founder of Fresh to Home. So Fresh to Home also has a many number of famous investors, including Mr. Mark, who is also an investor in Facebook. Can I have the next slide, please? Yeah. So Fresh to Home, it is the first e-commerce business in seafood sale. So Fresh to Home is an online platform that has a sale of seafood, meat, and also ready-to-cook food. It delivers it delivers the product at your doorstep, and right from the procurement of raw materials till the sale of the product, everything is done online. So that is one of the advantage of Fresh to Home. So right now, the sale turnover of Fresh to Home is 300 crore, more than 300 crore. And when compared to the other online platforms, it is growing faster. So it has a wide varieties of fishes, meat, and even ready to cook food. Next slide, please. So now let us look into the journey of Mr. Matthew Joseph. So as I stated earlier, Mr. Matthew Joseph was an operative director in a seafood exporting company. So he was earning a bit higher. He didn't want to be a regular worker. He wanted to be the authoritative owner of a very big enterprise. So he resigned his job in the year 2000 and he started exporting seafood to other countries. So he was passionate about fish. That was the field in which he was interested. And with this aim, he flew to Dubai. He took loan from his friend and he reached Dubai. There he spent most of his time in the Dubai market, studying the demand and the strategies and the tactics that were used in the Dubai market. So there he learned that fresh food had more demand over the frozen one. The fresh food was sold easier and faster when compared to the frozen ones. So after learning gathering all this information about the market behavior, he flew back to India and he started exporting fresh fish to other countries, even the Middle East countries. So his main aim was in exporting fresh fish that had no chemicals, no ammonia, no formalin, or no preservatives. Because he was when he was working as an operative director in a seafood company, he was very pained to have noticed that they were adding a lot of chemicals in their product, which is harmful for the health of the customers. So he aimed at providing fresh quality products to their customers. So he started exporting fresh fish to other countries. So it was in the year 2011 that there was a global financial crisis. I'm pretty sure most of you must have heard of it. So what happened was the price rate of fishes in other countries were decreasing at a faster pace, whereas the rates in India were stable. It was pretty good. So what happened was Mr. Joseph had to buy fishes at a higher price from India and he had to sell it at a lower price, but that didn't give him any profit. So he was in a dilemma. So Mr. Matthew Joseph says that when he was in such a dilemma, one day he was having dinner with his family, his wife and his children. And it was at that time when his wife suggested him, what if he sold the fish in India at a gooder price instead of exporting it to other countries? So that was when he realized he had a good opportunity of making profit within his domestic country instead of going abroad. So that was when he decided to sell his product within India. Next slide, please. So it is true when we say that behind every man there is a woman. So that was an example of it. So now after he decided to export his product within India, an innovative idea struck his mind. He thought he can, like any other fish seller who usually set up a shop in a street and sell fish, it would be a more innovative idea and it will give him a wider market if he sold fish online. So that was when he and his other friend, they went to a campus and they recruited few students. Then he propagated to them what his expectations and the type of business that he wanted. And within 8 months, they developed an app and it was the starting of Sea to Home. So Fresh to Home was earlier known as Sea to Home. So with the help of these students, he developed the app and he started selling fresh fish online. So once he got a call from Forbes magazine, and they acknowledged him for being the first ever businessman in India to sell fish online. So that was when he himself came to know that he was the first person to sell fish online. So when C2 Home was noticed by the Forbes magazine, it became popular and people started visiting C2 Home site. So as a result, when many number of people started visiting his app, it got crashed. So this was the second crisis that Mr. Matthew Joseph had to face. So his app got crashed, and now again he started building up a new strategy. So now his app was crashed. So what happened was there was Mr. Shan, who was a regular customer of Mr. Matthew Joseph. He always used to buy fresh fish from Mr. Matthew Joseph. And Mr. Shan was a technological expert. And with the help of Mr. Shan, Mr. Joseph developed a better app which could be visited by a many number of people across the world. Can I have the next slide, please? So now you must be wondering who is Mr. Shan. So Mr. Shan is the present CEO of Fresh to Home. Earlier, he was the CEO of Zinka. And Zinka has more than 300 billion users. So he was a regular customer of Fresh to Home. And he tied up with Mr. Matthew Joseph and started Fresh to Home. So the main focus of Mr. Joseph through Fresh to Home is to provide quality food. And he kept up the business ethics, and he gained the trust of the customers. So this is the picture that came in Forbes magazine. So Mr. Matthew says there is no difference between him and a regular person who sells fish on the streets. We both, Mr. Matthew Joseph and the street vendor, we both deliver fish at your doorstep. But the only difference is in their approach. The street seller, he preferred selling fish on the street, which could cover only a very little area. But Mr. Joseph, he developed an online platform so that he could reach a wider market, so that he could have a bigger market, a bigger business, and a bigger turnover. Next slide, please. So introduction of technology. This is what makes Fresh to Home different from other fish sellers. So Mr. Matthew, so we saw that sale of fish happens online. So Mr. Matthew, the products for Fresh to Home are resourced from the country boatmen across India and the poultry farmers. So they don't have any middlemen. Everything is directly delivered by the fishermen across India. So when Fresh to Home grew, it became difficult for them to handle such large number. So what Mr. Matthew Joseph did was he introduced an app for the fishermen. So we know that the fishermen staying at the coast are a bit illiterate. They don't know how to use a computer or the increasing technology. But one thing he noticed in them was that all of them were using WhatsApp. So they had an idea of how WhatsApp is being used. So he introduced an app only for the fishermen, and he trained them how to do it. So in the app, the fishermen will see a large number of pictures of many varieties of fish. So what they did is was that they selected the picture of the fish that was available to them at that time, and they also posted the price of it. And if Fresh to Home was interested in buying it, they will display a green color message which will show them that they are ready to accept the offer. And if they want to reject it, they will show a red color display. So this app was basically based on color codes and picture, so that it was easier for the fishermen to sell their fishes, and it was also helpful for them. So now conclusion. So Fresh to Home is is growing at a very faster rate, and last year their turnover was only 150 crore, but right now they have over 300 crore across India and other Middle East countries. So they were very focused on their vision, and their main focus was on product quality and technology and customer satisfaction. So online fish market was a very new concept when Mr. Matthew thought about it. So he suggests the youth saying that there are many opportunities around you. The only thing is that you have to combine a traditional business with technology and some business trends that are innovating day by day. So What is required is a customer demand for your product and the quality, so that customers will be loyal to you, and the speed and quality in the delivery of service. So, as we look into the life of Mr. Matthew Joseph, we see that he has faced two crises: the global financial crisis and the crash of his app. So, what he did was he did not turn back. He made up new strategies according to the changing scenarios, and he took new decisions and took Fresh to Home further towards progression. That's it, and thank you.
Nivedita, am I
Nandana,
audible
sir.
to you?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
sorry, Nandana. Like what you said, there are many opportunities for us, like this kind of business, Fresh Home. Can you
Yes.
point out few options for us?
Like a business can be found in each and everything you see. Maybe it all depends on the customer demand. Like customers has few demand for basic things, like maybe like seafood, restaurant food, and maybe books. So according to the demand of the customer, you must find out the opportunity. Like anything, you can start a business with anything, maybe books, shoes, or any traditional business.
Right now, there are no competitor for them.
Right now, there is another app called Illustrious, which is pretty similar, but they cannot be considered as a competitor to Fresh to Home. Fresh to Home is at the top. So.
Right. Okay, thanks. Good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Nandana, do you like fish?
No, sir, I don't.
Then you're not from Kerala?
I am from Kerala, but I don't like fish.
Yes, so it was a well, narrated story, rather than a presentation, it was like a story, telling. It was very good, and I enjoyed a lot. I have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nandana, it
Yes,
was a
sir.
very good presentation. As Santosh sir rightly mentioned, beautifully you narrated the story, the success story of Matthew Anthony, as well as what is the other person who joined us as CEO?
Shan, Mr. Shan.
Shan. Okay. So my question is, I'll tell you, this is a very risky business model. Especially, fish is a very perishable item. You are saying, actually, they are not adding any preservatives and other things. And one part, actually, entire India, are they selling, or are they selling only near to the fishing catchment area?
They are selling it across the world, sir, mainly in India and UAE, in Middle East.
Okay. So in that case, their distribution strategy need to be very, very strong.
Yes,
Can you
sir.
throw some lights on what kind of distribution channel are they using it? How are they managing the perishable?
Sir, as I mentioned earlier, since fish is perishable, especially without preservatives, they don't keep it in stock. Because if it were a book or a pen, you could say like so much book is in stock, so today so much books are sold. But fish, what they do is, as I mentioned earlier, their source comes from the country boatmen and the poultry farmers. So when a customer orders for the fish, I had told about the app for the fishermen. So the fishermen would select the picture of the fish which they have at present, and they would, so that the owner of the Fresh to Home would come to know that this fish is at stock. So when the customer presses the picture of the fish which they are interested in buying, they would automatically let the fisherman let to know that this fish is being demanded by the customer, so that directly the fish is sold from the fisherman to the customer.
Oh, this is something like Ola.
Yes, sir.
Okay, same kind of model. Suppose, let's say, like, this company is located in Kerala. Somebody from Assam is ordering, customer from Assam is ordering. So the fisherman near Assam will get notification. That's the kind of model.
They have tie-up with all the fishermen across India and other countries, like from Cochin, Kolkata, Bangalore. So in every state, they have a tie-up with the fishermen, so that it would be easy for them to deliver the fish.
Okay. Same like Oyo and Ola. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's Good presentation, Nandana. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Very good presentation, Nanda.
Thank you, sir.
Very good presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, over to you, Nita.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Nandana. That was very mesmerizing story. You have truly inspired us. Yes, so we just saw magic happens when one start believing oneself. Magic is believing in yourself. If you can make that happen, you can make anything to happen. Your performance was wonderful. So thanks again, Miss Nandana. So now I request Mr. Vyasarayani Meher Shri Kalyan to please bring in the zeal and encouragement to the event. Let's add some more twist in judges' score with this performance. Over to you,
Good
Mr.
afternoon.
Kalyan.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Maheshri Kalyan from first semester BBA, and the entrepreneur that I've selected is Mr. Nitin Kamath. He's the founder and CEO of Zerodha. Next slide, please. An introduction. Nitin Kamath is an Indian stockbroker, founder and CEO of Zerodha, which is India's largest stockbrokering company with a market share of 17%. Nitin began his trading career in the stock market at the age of 17 on being influenced by his friends. Nitin was a proprietary trader during his college days. During the financial crisis of 2002, the equity market declined by 5.5%, and Nitin had lost all of his money that he had invested in the stock market. The financial crisis was due to the terrorist attack in US. Next slide, please. Life at the call center. As Nitin lost all of his money, he was forced to work in a call center that allowed him to work at night and trade in the day. He used to get 8,000 rupees a month, and a part of this was invested in the stocks. His trading skill improved day by day, but the lack of funds made him not able to trade in larger volumes. As he was earning 8,000 a month, minusing all the expenses, he would hardly be left out with 2 to 3,000, which was over which he could invest in the stock. And if he had selected a company such as Reliance, each share is around 1,500 rupees, and he would probably just invest in 2 shares of Reliance per month. Next slide, please. The first client. This is the spark moment of him. Nitin met his first client in a cafe and was impressed by the performance of his trading account. He gave him a check of 25 lakhs and asked him to trade on his behalf. But things started to become hard for him as the number of clients became 10. Opening 10 different trading accounts and placing orders for different people is very painful, as each investor has his own objective and level of risk aversion. So he joined Reliance Money, which was the largest stockbroking company before 2010, as a franchisee, meaning a stockbroker, a sub-broker. The main benefit of being a sub-broker is no matter how many clients you have, all the trading accounts is in one single platform. Next slide, please. The foundation stone. Zerodha is a financial service company that offers retail, institutional broking, currencies, commodity trading, mutual funds, and bonds. It is headquartered in Bangalore. Before founding Zerodha, Nitin had worked for 12 companies as a sub-broker. He found that the customers did not have a platform where they can directly deal. Zerodha offers a simple and easy to understand platform over which investors can trade without having much of the technical know-how. Next slide, please. Innovation of Zerodha. Even after the introduction of computer technology in the stock market, brokers didn't update themselves. For every trade, a broker will charge a brokerage commission, which can range from 1 to 5%. Zerodha, being a brokerage firm, will not charge this type of brokerage commission to their customers. The firm charges 0.01% or 20 rupees, whichever is lower. This concept is known as discount broking and was originally developed in the US. 80% of the equity transactions in the US is based on this principle. Next slide, please. The success mantra. The main principle led to their success is the concept of discount broking. Zerodha works on the low margin, high volume model. By applying this to the business, they are able to generate high trading volumes as they charge very less. This attracts the investor as this will lower his transaction cost and invest a bit of more money in the stocks. They provided a brief platform that is simple Excuse me, my presentation stopped. I can't view the PPT.
We'll just wait for a minute. I think Sir left due to some technical issue.
Technical issues.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Sir joined.
I'm sorry, there was a network issue from my side. But the slide is visible.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the success mantra. Zerodha works on the low margin, high volume model. By applying this to the business, they're able to generate high trading volumes. They provided a free platform that is simple to use and easy to understand for their customers. They encouraged youth to invest in the stock market. Based on a study prior to 2010, around 30 lakh Indians actually invest in the stock market. Having majority of India's population be less than 35 years, Zerodha wanted to encourage more of the youth to invest in the stock market. Next slide, please. The universe of Zerodha technology. They offered a sleek, modern, and intuitive technology. Kite 3.0 is their flagship over which equity trading is done. Education. Varsity is a part of Zerodha University that offers free education on the stock market. Angel investing. Zerodha invests around $1 million in startups and they get access to their financial database. Zerodha has world's best financial database and they also get mentoring support from the members of Zerodha. Next slide, please. Key achievements. The largest retail brokerage in the world estimate in terms of number of trades, processing over 2 million trades per day. The largest direct mutual fund platform in India is Coin, over 7,500 crores transacted. The fastest in the world with sub 50 ms order execution speed. Here, each trade is executed within 50 milliseconds and the average order execution speed of the world is 62 milliseconds. In June 2020, Zerodha entered the Unicorn Club with self-assessed valuation about $1 billion, whereas Harun Global Unicorn List, a listing agency based in UK, valued the company at $3 billion. Next slide, please. Awards to Zerodha and Mr. Nitin Kamal. Startup of the Year in 2016, Emerging Brokerage Firm of the Year 2015, Emerging Entrepreneur of the Year 2014. Now I'd like to end my presentation with a small quote of his. Make peace with your losses. Nitin Kamath. Thank you.
Questions from the judges?
Yeah, Vyas, right? Name.
It's Meher, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Meher, I just want to know this, if you can put some light on Zerodha, right? The name of the company. How did they get
Yes,
that
sir.
name?
Yes, sir.
How did,
So, yes, I'm telling it. They borrowed the second word of Zerodha, Rodha from Sanskrit, meaning barriers. The aim of their name is to have zero barriers.
okay, right. Good presentation. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Meher, are you interested in trading?
Yes, sir, most certainly. I'm waiting to be 18 years old so that I can have my demat account and trade.
That's good. It was a very good presentation, Meher.
Thank you, sir.
Meher, it was a very good presentation. And can you throw some light on Nitin? He is the founder of Zerodha. What kind of a quality? What is the probably is special qualities which you can highlight?
So Nitin doesn't give up in anything which he does. So majority of people know this 10-year success story of Zerodha, but people don't know the 13 years of struggle that he faced in bringing up the company. So he's basically a fighter and lives for his dreams.
No, good, good, Meher. Nice presentation.
So any questions from audience? Okay. So thank you, Mr. Meher. That was an amazing presentation. Impossible is just an opinion. You just have to hold the vision and trust the process. That was mind-blowing performance. Thank you for bringing such an amazing inspirational story to the event. So now I would like to request Ms. Tulsi to carry on with her presentation. I hope the issue is being sorted out now. I keep the forum open for Ms. Tulsi and Mr. Satyapriyan. Whoever is comfortable can come forward.
Looks like both of them are not there in the group.
Ms. Tulsi, isn't she there?
She's not there.
And Satyapriyan, I think even she is not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have missed 3 participants, Ms. Shreya R, Ms. Tulsi, and Ms. Satyapriyan.
I think we can go to scoring, Nida.
Yes. Scoring announcement, Prasanna sir.
Yes, sir. 1 second.
Okay, we have come to the end of the show then. Ms. Shreya Sharan would be coordinating with judges for the final score. So meanwhile, I just want to tell that all the participants have really nailed it. It was a big day. So yeah, it was a big day and you guys really made it very successful with your fabulous stories. Regardless of who win this competition, you still stand as a good leaders. So I can just suggest that do not look as long for a closed door that you do not see which is open for you. So because people who wonder if the glass is half empty or full miss the point that the glass can be refillable. It's just that you have to decide one day or day one. So let's hear the results from the judges.
Prasanna sir.
I'm just waiting for Shreya to compile. Shreya?
Yes, sir.
Can we have the total scoring?
Yes, sir. I've done the total scoring in the sheet.
Okay, okay. Okay.
She posted in our WhatsApp group, first place, second, and third place.
I think she has to do an average, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, shall we make? I think I request judges to probably announce the winners.
I think Upendra sir
Uh,
can do it.
Yes, yes. Upendra sir.
Rajesh sir, please go ahead. Rajesh sir.
Judges bolna sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, I have to announce first place and second place, right?
Yes, yes.
Three places.
Three places.
Three places.
We'll
Okay.
start with 3, 2, 1.
Santosh sir, you also participate.
Yeah, definitely, Upendra sir. Before you announce the winners, I would like to thank the HOD, the Dean of the Management Department, the faculty members, and the entire family of Kayas and the students for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this wonderful event. It was indeed a very good event for us. Since we are from the Department of Commerce, we see a very less participation in these kind of activities. We are into more of accounts and number games. So I would like to thank Prasanna sir, Rajesh sir personally for making us the judge for this particular event. More than judging this event, I think we have learned a lot from the students of management because they brought in so many entrepreneurs whom we were not aware of. So for that, I would like to thank the entire team of management department.
Thank you, Santosh sir.
I think there is a tie between the third place. Vinder sir?
Correct.
Should we have to break a tie or shall we announce the third place, Prasanna sir?
Rajesh sir, I think, shall we announce both the people, no?
You can. Both the people can announce.
Yes, sir, we can do that, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, I will announce the third place winners. So the third place winners are Nandana and Nivedita Daniel.
Yes.
Upendra sir, can you just announce the second and the first place winners?
Second place goes to Meher. Congrats.
Meher, congratulations, Meher.
Thank you, sir.
And first place goes to, I think there will not be any second thought, right? The first place goes to Kiran. Congrats.
Kirandeep. Congratulations,
Kirandeep.
Kirandeep. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, all of you.
Congratulations, all the winners. And Nida, next vote is exactly the Kirandeep. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, so congratulations, Ms. Kirandeep, and congratulations to everyone who participated and who won this competition. It was great hosting this event. Thank you for your support, encouragement, and patience. I thank all the concerned faculty and students for giving me this wonderful opportunity. I'm grateful for this to host you today this event. With this note, I request Ms. Ashna from final year MBA to give a word of thanks. Over to you, Ms. Ashna. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Nida. As the curtains draw closer for the event to be adjourned, I would like to take this moment to thank and express my gratitude to the director, Reverend Father Anthony, for the unconditional support and encouragement in helping us explore our opportunity, our principal, Reverend Father Babu Paul, who we will look up to for his advice and guidance in the coming months, our Dean, Dr. Moon Paltanka, who has been a great mentor, our HOD, Dr. Mohini Bhatt, who has always been a moral support and a moral backbone for all our students, our esteemed judges of the day, Dr. Upendra Vagal and Professor Santosh NC for their valuable time and amazing feedback, Professor Nidish Padmanabhan and Professor Pradeep for their logistic support, the ECEL committee members, Dr. Rajesh, Professor Sarayu, Professor Harish, Professor Prasanna, for their continuous and tireless effort in conceptualizing the idea, for Mr. Asil for the IT and live stream support. Also like to take this opportunity to thank our teachers, all the faculties, technical team, and volunteers for their efforts to ensure this event was a great success. But last but not the least, I would like to extend my gratitude to my fellow students who've been extremely supportive and cooperative by being great spectators, and as well as all very great job done by all the participants today. And congratulations to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you, judges, Upendra sir as well as Santosh sir, for accepting our invitation. And it was a good event, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Prasanna.
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.